good day, good day. Back at it again with another topics to be discussed at our philosophy class. So these topics are entitled Limitations and Transcendence of Us Human Beings. So previously, naitukoy natin yung limitations ng bawat tao. Limitations natin as human beings, yung facticity, yung spatial temporal being, at saka yung body as intermediary. Now in this part, we're going to know how to transcend each of those limitation. Each limitation, okay? So as for your objectives, it's still the same previously, and you need to recognize our own limitations and possibilities. Evaluate our own limitations and possibilities for their transcendence, recognize how the human body imposes limits and possibilities for transcendence, and distinguish the limitations and possibilities for transcendence. So these are the objectives that you need to achieve after the lesson. So let's move to the first part. We all have our limitations. Limitations that hinder us from doing things. Factors that we must consider before doing an action or before doing such actions. But every limitation leads to a possibility. And this possibility means it is a possibility to reach or do transcendence. So when you have your own limitations, you will have your own possibilities for you to transcend that kind of limitation. So as for the first part, that's why it's called in your module, limitations can lead to possibilities. And these word possibilities refers to the possibility or chances for you to reach transcendence, to transcend from this level up to another higher level. So transcendence, how to transcend each limitation. So let's proceed with the first one, facticity. So facticity at all times is used as an excuse for our difficulties and failures. Example, kapag palagi kang absent sa eskwela, tapos tinanong ka ng advisor mo, ba't palagi kang absent? Ba't palagi kang late? Tapos sinabi mo, a certain facticity of yours, broken family kasi kami, sir, ma'am. So it means you are using the facticity or the idea or the facticity and the idea that you have or you are grown into a broken family, an excuse to ditch or even absent or not, participating or not going to school for stopping studying, diba? So you are using it as an excuse to avoid or to make your failures and difficulties less light to be punished. Kasi nga may sinabi kang reason. Could it be that reason? Nag-absent ka talaga dahil broken family ka? Or meron pang ibang reason? So you use that. So in order for you to avoid and in order for you to transcend to your facticity, you just don't need to settle what less or what little you have. If you're born poor, kapag ipinanganak kang mahirap, dapat mong iahon yung sarili mo at yung pamilya mo sa kahirapan by doing such hard work, by doing or giving determination and efforts to live a better life in the future for maybe for your family recently and for your future family on the future. Yeah, future family. Diba? Meron tayong motto eh. Kung ipinanganak kang mahirap, hindi mo kasalanan yon. Pero kapag namatay kang mahirap, kasalanan mo na yon. It's because you stick to the facticity, the financial status of yours. You don't need to settle what little you have. So you need to think more. You need to do more. You need to create more in order for you to lift yourself and your family up from poverty line. Don't neglect facticity. Go beyond it. Do something that will make you push harder to your limits. Kaya nga meron tayong sinasabing breaking the limit. Diba? So the next one is spatial temporal being. We are more concerned about what happened in the past and what will happen in the future, leaving what is present behind. This is quite true. Sa sobrang focus natin sa past, sa sobrang focus natin kung ano yung nangyari noon, nalilimutan na natin na i-focus yung anong nangyayari ngayon. which also destroys your building your future. Kapag puro kayo past, for example, let me give you an example. Let me give you a situation. Okay? Uh, in this part, there are two meanings sa aking inilagay dyan na present na word. The first one is ganito. Let me give you a situation. Okay. For example, what do you call this? For example, in a relationship. Okay, in a relationship. May may suitor ka ngayon. You have a suitor right now. May nangliligaw sa iyo. But before siya nanligaw sa iyo, may previous relationships ka na isang common experience lang yung naranasan mo, heartbreak. Niloko ka nung mga previous relationship mo, which created trust issues within your heart. Now here comes the guy na hindi mo alam na siya pala yung itinadhana sa iyo. Siya pala yung ibinigay ng Diyos para sa iyo. Pero kasi nga you're too much focused on what happened in the past, you created trust issues. You didn't welcome the guy that came to you in the present. Tapos, by neglecting that certain guy na ibinigay sa iyo, yung itinadhana para sa iyo, you've already destroyed your future by disrupting the present by focusing yourself on the past. 'Di ba? Ang hirap. There's no problem with having trust issues. There's no problem na there is a problem with having trust issues. There is nothing wrong developing trust issues kung maranasan ka. Pero don't make it too obvious or don't make it your life, 'di ba? Don't center your world upon those trust issues. Open up. Welcome new things. Inaranasan mo nga nag-heartbreak nung nakaraan mo, but they are different. They are different people. We are unique. 'Di ba? Iba't iba kasi tayo mga tao eh. So you need to be welcome. Yan yung unang meaning ko sa present. Yung unang meaning ko sa present, kung ano yung nandyan o yung nangyayari ngayon. If you are too much focused in the past, it will disrupt the present that could destroy your future. Diba? And if you are too much thinking about what will happen in the future, kung puro ka future, kung puro ka what if, tapos you are too afraid to take a step forward, you will also destroy or disrupt your what is present right now. Kasi puro ka what if eh, takot ka eh. Puro ka puro ka ganito, ganyan, what if, ganyan, marami, ganyan, what if hindi siya yung perfect, hindi siya yung tapos di mo paranasan, wala ka pang past experiences noon. You are already neglecting your past, which has lessons that need to be learned. You are also disrupting your present to build up your future because you are too much worried on what will happen in the future. What will happen to you in the future. Takot kang mag-try ng new things. It's the same as thinking too much about what happened in the past and thinking too much about what will happen in the future. It's almost the same. You are already disrupting your present. Tapos yung ikaduhang meaning ko sa present is kung sino at ano yung nandyan para sa iyo ngayon. For example, may jowa ka na ngayon. You're thinking too much about what happened in the past. Nag-text yung ex mo. Kaka-relasyon mo lang ngayon. You just recently found a relationship now. Tapos nag-text yung ex mo. Mahal pala kita. Gusto kong balikan kita. I need your reply. I need your response. Please balikan mo ko. Something like that. Tapos you felt convinced because hindi ka pa nga naka-move on noon. Tapos po sumabak ka na sa bagong relasyon. Because you're too much focused on the past. You're too much focused on worried about what happened in the past. You haven't moved on about what happened in the past. Nasira yung present mo. Tapos what if the present guy was the one that is meant to be for you? What if siya yung itinakda para sa iyo ni God, ng Diyos? So you've already ruined also your future. Kasi nga, matatawag natin yun, yung present guy, kapag pumatol ka nung text ng ex mo, tapos di ka pa nga nakamove on, tapos pumatol ka, matatawag natin yung present guy as the one that got away. Di ba? And you don't want to experience that. You don't want to experience that kind of regret. Kung past na, past na. There are some things na you wanted to return from the past. Gusto mong ibalik yung kahapon. But di na kayang ibalik yun eh. Kapag nasira na yung trust ng isang tao, sira na yun para sa iyo. Trust is just like a glass plate. Once it's broken, even though no matter how many times you glue it, you use any kinds of glue, it doesn't go back to normal. It doesn't go back the way it was, di ba? Once it's broken, it's already broken. If you repair it, it's not 100%. Di ba? So, that is my second meaning sa present. Kung sino at ano yung nandyan na para sa iyo ngayon. Hindi para sa iyo noon, hindi para sa iyo bukas. Kung ano yung ngayon, focus on what you have right now, who you have right now. Focus on that. Do not worry about the past. Do not worry about the future. Focus on what is happening right now. But also do not let go of your past, because the past experiences has some rich lessons that you need to learn in order for you to have an insight on how to build your present, or how to do things in your present to build your future. So, ganito kasi yan eh. Ito yung yung sequence niyan. Learn from the past, focus on your present, build your future. You need to learn things from the past in order for you to focus on your present in building your future. Parang ganun lang. So, the most crucial thing is, it's okay na constantly you are thinking about what if, ganun, what if, ganyan. It's also okay to feel na gusto kong bumalik sa kahapon, gusto kong balikan yun ng mga nakaraan, gusto kong ganyan. But, once it's done, it's done. What is done is done. So, you need to let go, you need to move on, you need to learn from it so that you will have an insight, or you will have hints on what to do in the present in order to build your future. Ganun lang. That is how you transcend the spatial temporal being limitation as a human being. Focus on what you have now. So body as an intermediary is the last one. So having a body may prevent us from disclosing what we really want to express. Words are not enough, actions are better. So, totoo na having a body may prevent us from disclosing what we really want to express. It's because there are people na happy nga talaga sila pero di nila ini-express. Love ka nga ng isang tao pero di nila alam kung how to express. May kanta yun eh. Did you, yung parang ganun. Did you really love us but couldn't know how to? Yung may feelings ka na nga totoo, genuine, pero di mo kayang ipakita because you don't know how to. And that what's prevent us, our own body, to prevent us from expressing what we really want to express. Parang ganun. So in order for you to transcend that, above that, do it. Kumpara sa sinabi pa nung isa sa anong pangalan ng main actor na owner ni Bumblebee, yung just do it. Parang ganun. Follow your dreams, just do it. Wag puro sabi lang, gawin mo. Wag puro talk lang, gawin mo. Words are not enough, actions are better. But it doesn't mean na ine-neglect mo lang yung actions. Because sometimes there are people na dapat silang ma-inform muna bago ka gumawa ng effort. Baka mabibiglaan sila, baka mabigla ka lang sa sasabihin nila. So, it's not just actions speaks louder than words. Why compare it? Why not combine it? Actions with words are better than any of these things, 'di ba? Kapag nagsabi ka sa kapag nagsabi ka sa loved one mo na I love you, uh, dapat mong you need to partner it with your action. Show it, express it that you really love that person. Kung hindi ka expressive, express it in your own way. As long as you can clearly sure na na-feel ng isang tao, yung certain person na yun, na genuine yung pagsabi ng I love you mo. O yung genuine yung feelings mo para sa kanya. Be that as a family member, your parents, or even an opposite sex, or your boyfriend or girlfriend, jowa, or maybe your husband or wife. Any type of closely related to your heart, express it with your body. Use body languages. Use gestures. If you're not comfortable with expressing it too much, express with what little you have. At least, ipinakita mo sa kanila na genuine ka. Diba? Because we don't need to do mind games. Mind games are just full of crap. Why do mind games? Why not express it directly? Diba? It could cut a lot of time to be wasted for that person. It cuts a lot of time. So that is how or the way to transcend each limitation. But disclaimer lang, there are lots of ways to transcend each limitation. The facticity, the spatial temporal being, and body as intermediary. Maraming paraan yan eh. It varies from person to person. Kasi nga, in terms yung parang ganon. Example, sa body as intermediary, sinabi ko na dapat i-express mo yung sinasabi mo, dapat i-express mo yung feeling mo para makita nila genuine ka. That you really want that feeling to be known or felt by the others by expressing our expressions. Pero meron kasi ibang tao na hindi mahilig sa expressions or not very expressive. They have things that they have things or ways to deal how to express themselves. Di nga sila expressive, pero lots of those people are feeling genuine. This is just I'm just telling you one of the ways. This is not the only way. This is one of the ways. Ganun lang. Disclaimer lang. So that's it for my philosophy class. I hope you have enjoyed watching. You have learned something else, or you have learned some things or many things about the limitations as a human being, yung pagiging imperfect natin, and how to transcend above those imperfections that we have. Yung parang ganon. And if you can't, if you've run out of options na ganyan talaga yung binigay sa iyo, you just need to accept it. That is also considered as a transcendence. Accepting yourself. Because it could bring you a whole or a higher level of your personal development. Accepting yourself. Parang ganun. Be true to yourself. So, reminders lang about your modules. Please answer course activity 1.3b. So, students, before you answer, please read the information sheet. And if you are done reading it, you can now proceed answering the course activity 1.3. So, yeah. So that is it for my class. Thank you very much. That's it, folks. Thank you very much, and God bless for joining my class. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you very much for everyone and everything. And sa lahat ng tao na sumusuporta nito, sumusuporta sa akin at sa aming mga teachers. So thank you very much and have a good day. Bye. God bless.